Greetings everyone. Welcome to COVID-19 training module. I'm Dr. Devansh Garg, Senior Resident, Department of Anesthesia, GTP Hospital. In this module, I'm going to discuss about the drugs which have been given emergency use authorization for COVID-19. The first drug I'm going to discuss about is Remdesivir. Remdesivir is a prodrug of nucleotide which has inhibitory action against the viral RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. So it is effective against SARS-CoV-2. It is usually considered in patients who are having moderate to severe disease, that is, patients who require supplemental oxygen. It should be only given in hospital setting and not in home settings. It is usually effective within 10 days of symptom onset because it coincides with the viremia phase of the disease. In patients who are having renal or hepatic dysfunction, it should be avoided, but it is not absolutely contraindicated. The benefit should outweigh the risk in these patients. These patients can go under serial LFTs and KFTs. If there is further deterioration, it is wise to stop Remdesivir. The recommended dose is 200 mg IV on day 1, followed by 100 mg ID for the next 4 days. It is usually given as an infusion over 30 minutes to 2 hours. It is initially started only for 5 days, but it can be extended up to 10 days if the patient does not improve or shows deterioration, that is, increase in the requirement of supplemental oxygen. It is usually metabolized by cytochrome P450 and has a plasma half-life of 20 minutes. The primary benefit is that it shortens the time to recovery in patients who are hospitalized. So it does not have a mortality benefit, rather it shortens the time to recovery. The next drug we are going to discuss about is tocilizumab. Tocilizumab is a humanized monoclonal antibody against IL-6 receptor. It should be considered in patients who are having severe disease, that is preferably between 24 to 48 hours of onset of severe disease or ICU admissions. Patients who are having significantly raised inflammatory markers, or we can say that patient is in cytokine storm, or in those patients who are not improving despite use of steroids. We have to look that there is no active bacterial, fungal, or tubercular infection in patients who are given tocilizumab, because it can lead to further deterioration as it is a inhibitory against IL-6, which is it can weaken the immune system. The recommended dose is 4 to 6 mg per kg, but it has been given up to 8 mg per kg. It is usually given as IV infusion in 100 ml normal saline over 1 hour. The main benefit is that it reduces the likelihood of progression to composite outcome of mechanical ventilation or death. The next thing we are going to discuss is convalescent plasma. Convalescent plasma is not a new thing. It has been there from the 1900s, and it has been used previously in influenza diseases. It is usually considered in patients who are having early moderate disease, preferably within the 7 days of onset. The donor should be a patient who is above 50 kg of weight, between ages of 80 to 60 years, and who has fully recovered from symptoms of COVID, that is after 28 days. The titer should be greater than 3.5, that is the cutoff ratio is greater than 3.5 or equivalent, depending upon the kit being used. The usual dose is 200 ml given over a period of 2 or more hours. The main benefit of convalescent plasma is that it reduces further deterioration, but it has no mortality benefit as well. Thank you. This is all for this module.